Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Ultimate Apocalypse casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 4 vs 4 on Tuscaris Ford. Playing on Team 1 as the Sisters of Battle, we've got Demi. We've got Not Stranger playing as the Necrons. We've got Grid Panther playing as the Imperial Guard. And we've got Topper playing as the Eldar. Whereas on Team 2, playing as the Chaos Space Marines, we've got Atam. We've got the Good King playing as the Chaos Demons. We've got Blast Furnace playing as the Necrons. And we've got Tiger Shark playing as the Imperial Guard. So if you've read the title of the video, or at least the thumbnail, you will know that this is indeed a test build for the upcoming patch for Ultimate Apocalypse. And it's going to be quite exciting. I'm quite looking forward to seeing how this game goes forth. I have played a couple of matches with these boys and girls to figure out how things are going for them. And I must say, I'm liking the changes that they've got so far on the go. Essentially, long story short, not to go into the patch notes as of yet, as those are currently in the works at the moment. Anything you see in this game is up for change and stuff, but generally the way that they've been working the economy and the infantry is that essentially it's a lot more balanced all the way through the game. You'll notice in a lot of Ultimate Apocalypse games of the past that all the units and stuff in the early games kind of tend to fall off a little bit towards the end, and it just ends up becoming this massive tank versus titan kind of battle. Whereas in theory, the way that these guys are working towards it is they're trying to make sure that everything stays relevant, or at least as relevant as humanly possible. And obviously, the conscripts are going to still be dying like quite quickly all the way through the game, no matter what kind of stage you're in. But, you know, generally everything's going to be a little bit more balanced and a little bit more thoughtful all the way through. And, you know, Topper, we always see him go for the Vipers with the... Oh, not the Vipers. Is it the Vipers? The Eldar flying vehicle with the shuriken cannons melting all the infantry and stuff. Those things as well have all been patched out and balanced and stuff. Quite exciting stuff as well. And you'll notice as well that we've got a new map. And just check it out. It's a map that's so big, it literally just does not render. So what's been happening is that Grid Panther has been working, lovingly slaving away over on some more maps. More Ultimate Apocalypse specific maps. As you can tell, big maps like this definitely favour the larger battles that we will be seeing on these kinds of games. Yeah, relics, akimbo, critical locations as well. Lots of negative cover going down in the middle bit, so positioning, as always, is important. We are seeing Demon Lord already swiping away at these conscripts. First blood to the demons, I imagine. So what are the matchups at the moment? So it's Chaos Space Marines versus the Eldar. It is Imperial Guard versus Chaos Demons. Necron on Necron action. And the Sisters of Battle versus the Imperial Guard. So no major untoward matchups here. No one's going to be at a major disadvantage, I would say. Do have the Imperial Guard attempting to capture the relic over yonder. Laying of hands on these ladies. So the conscripts and the fully qualified guardsmen will not be doing anything against these ladies at all. We do have some attack scarabs from Not Stranger going up against the builder scarabs of Blast Furnace. Some Necron warriors will hopefully be able to sort them out. Blue Horrors going toe-to-toe. The Imperial Guardsmen, they have managed to pop down Listing Post on top of this relic. Whether they're able to keep their Tech Priest NGC alive for long enough does not look like, actually. Furies do pack quite the punch now. I've got plenty of jet bikes from Topper's Eldar. Riding on forward, providing some supporting fire on the flanks. The Guardsmen just take a whole lot of demons to the face. Very unfortunate situation for them, but they seem to be holding up fairly alright. Commas are going to keep them all motivated and stuff. One step forward, no steps back, not under the Commissar's wise and watchful gaze. And one thing that I forgot to mention is that Tiger Shark, over in the corner here, has written a lovely piece of lore for this battle. Although, with this game, from what I understand, is purported to last about 1 hour long, and at the moment I don't have really time to do the whole voice acting AI thing to pop on the endo at the beginning of the video. So I'm going to stick it in the description or in a pinned comment on the top, and that way, you know, if you want to read it, you can. I do really like Tiger Shark's writing. Has quite the penchant for fiction. If Tiger Shark ever wrote a book, I would highly recommend it and definitely read it myself. Very talented writer. He's also been working on the updates and patches for Ultimate Apocalypse as well, so definitely a cracking chap indeed. But yeah, Blue Horrors seem to have got the lion's share of the island in the centre. On one centre, quasi-centre, centre right, centre top, whatever. The Eldar have managed to hold off on their own over here. Necron's just kind of been quite peaceful and divvying what they're splitting the island down the centre. You have double Necron warrior squads for Blast Furnace coming on over. And the Thermal Plasma Generator, prime real estate for any Necron force to take control over, although Blast is coming over with a Necron Lord. And a potential pincer maneuver from all these warriors. Don't think that the little Scarabs... I mean, obviously they won't be able to fight back because they've got no fighting capacity. They might be able to get this Thermal Plasma Generator finished. Don't think the Necron Lord quite has a DPS to kill all these guys. Does have a lot of knockback, so we'll slow them down quite considerably. Allowing these Necron warriors down here. But oh no, never mind. They're going to go straight for the killing blow as quickly as humanly possible. Do love Stranger's placement of all the plasma generators and amplification generators. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I do believe that now the amplification chambers, or generators, sorry, don't provide any more money. It's just increases everything around it. Could be wrong there. Rather, a lot of notes to read through. Well, a couple of new units in this patch. We'll have to keep our eyes peeled for. I do know that the Imperial Guard have got a brand spanking new turret. We have yet to see them bring it to the forward there. The Imperial Guard now armed with quadruple plasma guns on their squads. I suppose one new unit that I can remember off the top of my head, the Imperial Guard have had their special weapons teams altered and changed in a little way. So they're now more orientated and more unique. The old special weapons teams, basically very similar to the Imperial Guardsmen, with access to more extreme weaponry. Whereas now they're a little bit different in ways that I can't remember. But we shall have a look as they come out, I am fairly certain. Well, Plasma Generator has been denied by Blast. No more Builder Scarabs left over, but it does seem that he has defended this place relatively okayly. He's brought in some flayed ones. Also got a Tomb Spider crooning over. And kind of just ignoring everyone. Maybe he's going to try and cut them off at the pass. See what they could do. Over here, the Blue Horrors have continued to push into Grid Panther's base. But those Eldar jet bikes still providing some firing support there. Grid Panther struggling a little bit against all those demons and stuff. Has got a heavy weapons suppression team. Good for suppressing and slowing people down, as is their name suggests. And Atam is just quite chill over here, just taking little pot shots off here and there. Not trying to antagonise the beast of the Eldar. Seraphins with double Inferno pistols chasing off this Chimera, activating their angelic visage, throwing around some sparkles on all their lady friends nearby, keen to regain, or at least try and take this listening post from them. Blade Ones continue to chase the Necron warriors all the way back home. Tomb Spiders came over here, attempt to keep these guys at bay. Not Stranger still got his Thermal Plasma Generator on top of this. No one's yet to be able to bring it down at the moment. Ghost being placed down by a Blast Furnace, also bringing forth a Ghost Arc and a couple of Immortals, which will tidy up that Tomb Spider very, very quickly if he's not careful. I suppose he's going to very slowly lumber away as best he can. At the moment, the Flayed Ones aren't really getting the maximum potential out of themselves. They don't do any morale damage to Necron warriors as they've got no morale. Now being spotted by two squads of fully reinforced destroyers, 6 apiece. But plenty of Immortals just been dropped off by the Ghost Arc. Over here, the Imperial Guard are now nestled with the heavy weapons teams. Blue Horror still running amok as this Wraith Lord is coming in. The Wraith Lords in this patch are quite mean customers. No messing around with these boys with their increased overall health and melee and range prowess. Has been chased away all the same. Just seems like it's a bit of a focus on the Necrons at the moment. A huge scrum and hodgepodge in the centre. Tomb Spider has gone down. Destroyers attempting to get some melee action on those Immortals as the flayed ones point blank refuse to die. They continue to run amok among these Necron warriors. Constantly, these Immortals jumping in and out of this Ghost Ark. Doesn't seem that either the Necron warriors or the flayed ones are going anywhere anytime soon. And bringing forth more Necron warriors to the front lines of the battlefield. Over here, the Sisters continue the push. Also been supported by Topper. Topper seems to be everywhere today. Supporting in every direction. Sisters of Battle managing to take down that listing post. Imperial Guard doing what they can. But not going to push in too far. They've got listing post down. And they can now start consolidating their hold on the relic over yonder. Plenty of Chimera assault tanks rocking on forward as the conscripts come out to be the meat shield that we know they can be. Here comes plenty of Howling Banshees. We do love a good Howling Banshee on this channel. And the Blue Horrors have absolutely no defense against their mass. Also got the Ministorum Priest in there with his range reduction bubble. Huge cone of infernal flame from that Demon Lord on his own with no Blue Horror support. He's going to run as quickly as he can. Has been caught up by the Primaris Psyche. And this is a mean customer in close combat. Power Sword, flanked by a couple of Ministorum Priests that provide healing and stuff. Not bad at all. Here comes some Pink Horrors and the Shadow Fiend squad. But still, you can bring as much ranged units as you want to a Howling Banshee fight. These ladies have been training in the art of the sword quite some time. Necron battle continues, raging on in the centre. The flayed ones seem to be outnumbered by the Necron warriors, but that doesn't seem to be doing them any favours, really. Do have that Necron Lord from Not Stranger coming in, and also double Ghost turrets for them. Triple heavy weapon suppression teams are making their way on over. And it'd be really satisfying to get all three of them on this little island here. Probably be an idea to move them a little bit further forward. Unless, of course, they're just primarily thinking about defending this thermoplasma generator, which would probably be the idea for them. Sister Battle giving Tiger Shark absolutely no chance for romance here. Just pouring down molten metal on top of their heads from some sort of faith ability that they have. It's got these Battle Sisters that are woven in some sort of faith cocoon, keeping them nice and steady. No one's killing them anytime soon. We'll see the first turret in place, although I don't think this is one of the new ones for the Imperial Guard. I'm fairly certain of that. Triple heavy weapons teams. As you can tell, the heavy weapons teams have got access to auto cannons and las cannons, whereas the... are you called suppression teams when you're walking about, but then when you're actually set up, you're then just called heavy weapons teams? Maybe. All the flayed ones, they've fallen back from this position. Now just going to finish off the area around here. Have a grand old time. Allied Banshees now been chased away by a wombo combo of a Blood Crusher, Raptors, and Havocs. Tactical Marines. Potential wall of Demon Claws Obelisks. The General is right in the middle of them, attempting to do what he can. General in Ultimate Apocalypse does not get any friends. He's a man of his own. Quite competent in close combat, but very fragile in comparison to other kinds of lords. These guys, Ministorum Priest actually about to go down. And the Imperial Guard are not happy about that, instantly breaking everyone's morale across the battlefield. But still, Tiger Shark is holding his own. Here's the new special weapons teams. Looking a little bit... I'm not sure if they look different, or if they got different models from the previous mode, or patch even. But, you know, they're there. And they have access to things like grenade launchers with Inferno grenades, stun grenades, poison knives of all sorts. And, oh, okay, alright, so you're not specifically designed against anti-vehicle stuff. You are just a nuisance for everything that is not vehicles. Although I imagine you've still got your really impressive grenades. That's what I'm assuming. That's what I'm assuming indeed. Big chaos push over here. But the Eldar and Imperium working together in tandem. Only Banshees shrieking to break the morale of the demons, which they do manage to get done. Havoc Marines been left to their own devices, opening fire on the fragile armour of the Banshees. Got some more Chaos Space Marines coming on in. Blood Crusher taking barely any damage against the sheer amount of these Dark Reapers. Definitely need some anti-vehicle stuff on the go forward, but not seeing any of that at the moment. Got turret placement from Grid Panther as a Sentinel Scoutwalker comes out. Instantly going to go for that missile launcher. Opening fire directly on that Blood Crusher. Now we're seeing some chunks of damage being done in there. Hill Guardsmen going for some melter guns. Well, then stabbing them with the bayonets. Probably not what they want to do. Howling Banshees have been murdered in their droves. And it's a desperate struggle for defence, but once these Blood Crushers have been taken care of, I imagine these Dark Reapers will be able to tidy up the rest of the heavy infantry remarkably well. The Herald of Zinch throwing around a bunch of blue nonsense. Some warpy shenanigans, but been taken care of very quickly by the mass. And now it's just Dark Reapers and Sentinels opening fire whichever way they can. Got to keep in mind that there's some big horrors on the go. While that's going on, fire and brimstone for the Imperial Guard, but plenty of plasma pistols on them. The Coon Faiths, or whatever you call them, need to learn what the abilities are for these ones. They are just point blank refusing to go anywhere. Said, get off our patch of land, you misters. We don't like you very much. I've got their standard bearer in there trying to keep them all inspired, but even a waving flag can't keep their morale strong. There's this much anger incoming. There's not much really they could do at the moment. They've got lots of anti-infantry stuff, but the moment they start jumping inside the buildings, that's when they're really going to struggle. So, not sure what exactly these pushes are going to really gain for them. They can get melter guns if they so choose. Big smite coming in from the Confessor there. Absolutely pummeling that squad of Imperial Guardsmen. Almost getting some squad wipes in there, but not quite. And there we go. The Celestians all armed with their multi-melters and stuff. Well, they've got melter guns. They can upgrade to multi-melters. Angel bullets coming in. Massively increasing their damage output to all forms of armour. Dragon Shark definitely needs some emotional and physical support from this. But everyone's engaged in a broiling battle. Blade Ones and Necron Warriors are still going back and forth here. Do now have some Annihilation Barges coming in. And also got some John Cena beams in front around disruption fields, placed on everyone to further increase their damage from all aspects. Chaos Space Marines and the Chaos Demons falling back. Seems that they have killed the HQ from Grid Panther, but he will rebuild it over here. But they've done their damage, and now it's probably time to maybe provide some support to their other allies. So both Imperial Guard players really struggling to get off in this game. But I suppose one thing that Sisters are struggling with is, like I said earlier on, it's the buildings, even though they have managed to kill all the plasma generators by the looks of it. But once their favourite abilities are on cooldown, you kind of need to wait for them to reactivate before they've got the maximum punching potential. I do love the animations for these favourite abilities though. Quite cracking stuff. Here comes a Ray Flood from top hat. That's the last thing the Imperial Guard want to see. Look at it just shaking off all that incoming damage. But really make sure that if there are vehicles on the pitch, you are using anti-vehicle weaponry. Otherwise, you're barely doing any damage to them. Look at all this incoming fire. It's doing 0 and 0 damage. Build Commander being repaired. Are you being repaired? You are not. The Tech Priest Engineer is trying to keep that turret placement online. Oh no, you are. There's just a million Tech Priest Engineers everywhere and anywhere. After all, you definitely need to keep those buildings online. Here comes a Basilisk. Big boom in there. Going to make sure that he keeps away from the firing line. That being said, they still has vehicle armor. Oh no, but then again, they've got Celestians. Yep, well, you're dead. We got one shot off. You know what? We'll take it. I imagine there's plenty of occasions in Warhammer lore where Basilisks get shot up even before they have a chance to fire anything. And it's just a green mass of constant attack. Absolutely no one is making any grounds here, but Stranger is definitely laughing his way to the bank with that thermoplasma generator firmly in his grasp at the moment. We do have annihilation barges on both sides, so everyone keeping on tech with each other. Chaos Demon's now got the Demon Prince of Zinch, and also got that Shadow Fit, or that Hellspawn even. Constantly firing in here. Imperial Guard's base absolutely annihilated. Do you have any more boys to build stuff with? Right there, okay, you're building up in the Eldar side of things. That does mean now that actually, if the Chaos Space Marines and the Chaos Demons, once they've finished off over here, now start coming over onto this side. They've now got an Eldar player on their own, so that's a 2 versus 1 scenario. So do the Sisters do anything else? No, they're going to come over. They can't push in any further to the Imperial Guard thing over here. So they're going to see if they can get the advantage over on this side. Got some Chaos Demons of Khorne, the Mighty Bloodletters, which should be doing a cracking job against the Flayed Ones. They've got stupidly high morale, so the Flayed Ones will take a long time to break them. Will break them eventually. But I'm not sure if it's the same case here. I do know that in Unification, these guys do regen health when they bash things in close combat. But I'm not entirely sure whether they get that in this game or whether that's a piece of research that they need to get later on. By way, they're probably loving it. Demons of Khorne, although mind you, I suppose there's no skulls or blood for them to let. Apart from the residual blood that's on the actual flayed skin. But I assume it's probably dried by this point. Got some Berserkers as well. So a nice combination of melee units. Sororitas Rhino has been taken care of, so it's going to be a long walk home for the Sisters of Battle. Over here, the Demon Prince of Zinch has made contact with the Eldar base. And they don't have much army-wise. No, they've got a very small army at the moment. Plenty of money to spend there. In fact, really quickly, how's everyone doing on the economy? You're doing okay. You're doing fine. You're doing good. Yep, you're doing all right. Fine and dandy. Doing quite well. Struggling quite considerably. So yeah, everyone's doing okay. The exception of Grid Panther, but he's hanging in there, gosh darn it. He's hanging in the grand scheme of things. And isn't that all we can really ask for?
Beautiful.
Eldar going to try and relocate their base, much to the chagrin of Grid Panther here. It's like, damn it, Topper, we're meant to be defending together. No, you are just going to move all your base over here. Can't really rely on the Eldar, can you?
Beautiful.
On the best times. Over Saint Arabella, the fella smeller coming over, seeing if she can crack people open. Do have some blight drones from the good king. Now the Imperial Guard from Tiger Shark is going to see if they can finally squash this sister incursion. And a little bit of revenge for himself there. And there we go. Peace. Finally, or relative peace, in this Necron engagement that's been firing off for the good part of about 20 or so minutes non-stop. Imperial Guard, well, sorry mate, you're shafted. Do you have builders somewhere else? That's my question. Yep, you've got one lone dude, and you're starting to build up stuff in the Necron side of things, which might have been the idea before, to be honest. But again, you can't really predict who's going to be next on the chopping block. So currently at the moment, it's a bit of a 3v3 situation, although that being said, Tiger Shark is able to contribute a little bit more to the battle, as he does have a small but respectable force on the go. Got the heavy weapons support team. More nimble than your heavy weapons support team. Well, the heavy weapon, the ones that lie down on the floor with sandbags. That makes sense. That's going to be very confusing in the future. Definitely need different names, or significantly different names. Maybe mobile heavy weapons teams or something. Either way, the flayed ones and things are going places. It's just really hard to know who's on whose side at the moment. Right, you are the ones in blue circles are strangers' friends, and the ones in so I can't. Right, hold on. If I go into strangers' side of things, can I then see? Technically, all the flayed. That helps nothing. It's all green now. Well, okay, we're here. What a confusing fight to cast. Oh, we've got a Bloodthirster. More corn demons. They're going to really enjoy themselves, although some death marks, which are just going to basically melt away this Bloodthirster, in theory. Death Strike Pariahs, primarily the ranged variant of the Pariahs. Well, I mean, they are just that's just a lot of damage. Bloodthirster, unsupported, has been brown breaded. I've got the Corn Berserkers coming in. We'll chase these guys around as the death marks just get those shots in. Light drones flying on high. Annihilation barges doing point specific shots. They're not designed to destroy infantry. I suppose they're just doing what they can. Do have a superstructure somewhere, which is over here. And there's the Nightmare Altar. So maybe some deadly, death-defying demon warp storms. Here come the Seer Council from Topper. And a Scepter. A Flaming Blade. Strike down heretics and traitors alike. Basilisks getting some AoE damage in, although probably want to go back home. There we go, the good old-fashioned 3.110. The wave at the Bloodthirster as it walks on by. Oh no, they're just going to give it a little love tap. A little kiss on the shins for good luck. And I'm not sure how effective the Bloodthirster is going to be. Riding so, I'm not just going to completely ignore things. To be fair, you do normally see people use their greater demons to go for buildings. But now he's going to turn around. These redemptionists have stoked his ire. He wants to get a couple of swipes in there. They ain't doing that much. Flayed ones continue to push on. Got more Bloodthirsters flanking Core Knight Marines. Oh god, the frame rate, be gentle. It's just been pandemonium in the centre. While that's going on, we've also got Demon Mischief over here, breaking down the generators. Now, does Stranger give up the front lines it's been fighting so desperately for this whole time? Or does he just allow this entire base to go flat? Has he killed that monolith? I think he's killed the monolith. That's not good. That's not good from the perspective of Stranger at all. The good king just... I mean, what? He's taking down the Imperial Guard, he's taking down the Eldar. Is that meme with the Grim Reaper? He's knocking on the door. There's like a bunch of other doors that have been left behind of a bloody trail. We'll rebuild it. But very risky, only sending back the death marks. We saw how much damage they did to that Bloodthirster. Been engaged in close combat by Furies as well. Not a happy situation. Shadow Fiends providing that artillery support. Got the Helder Zinch in there as well. But mind you, in saying that, it's working. If he just completely ignores everything that's going on the battlefield around him and just continues to slowly push forward, that'll do it, I suppose. Seer Council being so brave, being shot at by a million different things. Turret emplacements opening as much fire as they can. They've got their Gatling guns on the go. Industry Command to allow Tiger Shot to gain more, economy, even though he's lacking the points. Some support platforms being infiltrated by this web wicket as well. This is dark, terrible time for the Imperial Guard. The Necron seems to have been saved potentially by the Sisters, also by the distraction that they've seen the Imperial Guard HQ over here. But Demon Prince of Zinch has gone down. Just a few more to mop up. Tiger Shark laments his passing. Some Necron warriors from Blast Furnace now come over. Very risky considering that he's still got the flayed ones up in his side of things, but he's not going to let a friend die in the field of battle. Not just yet anyway. They're buying him sweet time, really. You can't do anything about these support platforms. And I suppose if he gets close enough, because in Ultimate Apocalypse, if you are near something that's infiltrated, you can see it. Annihilation Barge is also going to come over and slowly but surely whittle their way through these Uber turrets. Even though they're specifically designed to destroy superstructures and stuff, there's a lot of health on these bad boys. Over here, there's just so much going on at the moment. The Shadow Fiend's going up against the Death Marks. Death Marks are going to be killing these guys pretty quickly. But one thing they've got to take into consideration as well is that you absolutely need to reclaim this side of the map. You do not want the opposing team to make use of the lost listing posts. You know, so these flank drones as well just been so obstinate in this game. And have you now got... Oh, right, okay, so Grid Panther, he's visited everyone's base. He's built a field command absolutely everywhere. Pretty decent. Got a sentry pylon from Blast Furnace, which has been teleported around the place. And got a pillar of World End, summoning more demons in. It does seem that the Flayed One menace has now finally... I mean, it's still going on, but it's a lot less intimidating than it was before. Well, Strange now needs to focus on rebuilding that Necron monolith as best he can. Oh, blimey. What a match so far. And still, even though we've seen a couple of players almost die, everyone's still contributing in their own way. We're still getting some bits and bobs in. Oh, great Demon Prince there. So I assume you're just a Demon Prince of Chaos Undivided. Dark, flamey figure. Being shot at by these incarcerators with little pink horrors inside of them. Taking down the spare monolith. And the old monolith is attempting to rebuild itself. Good lord, someone kill these flight drones. It's bothering me that they're there. Great Demon Prince about to go down, potentially, as Arabella now has taken him on 1v1. And is not having the best time of it, all truth be told. He will run just to preserve himself. Oh, that's because the Avenging Angels have come to join it. Do take damage over time, but that's just more of a counter really than anything else. Just see how long they've got left. The attempt to try and swipe him on the backside just the once. Thermoplasma generator. Whoop, let me say that again. The Thermoplasma generator has been taken. Good lord, these redemptionists! Look at the speed! They're just sprinting on in. Blasted back. Angelic Visage. Increasing the overall damage. God, this great Demon Prince. Absolutely insane. The Sisters. For some reason, the entire army is over on this side. Were you decapping things? Yes, you were. That was your main mission. Fair enough. That makes sense. Demon Prince of Zinch is now back over. But these redemptions, good lord. Be gentle, leave him alone, man. Oh, no. Everyone's apparently super speed at the moment. I mean, it makes that Death Marks, that makes sense, because they are. That's just their teleport thing, isn't it? Yeah, now you've got death marks and you have got redemptionists inside the Chaos Demon's base. And not much to defend with. Not with all these demons spilling forth from the pillars of the world's end. Going for horrors. Blue and pink. Oh, you're pink horrors, you're blue horrors, and you're just horrors. Why? Why are you slightly pinker than the other horrors? Ho hum, Mr. Demon Man. Ho hum indeed. Sure, there's some significance there. Maybe, who knows. Either way, the Necron Centipede comes over. Got the Helldrake blasting apart all these redemptionists as the Tombstalker slivers its way on in. I can't barely even see what it's doing amongst all that pink and purple flame. Here comes Saint Emile, who's also apparently super duper fast as well. No chill from the sisters. Just ignore that flying pigeon and potentially go straight for the jugular. Go take out these warp gates, as these guys can, I think, deep strike people in? Question mark. I will at least allow them to build up more warp signatures. Gives the demons more green money. Over here, the Flayed One assault has been renewed. Not Stranger has got a million bajillion Flayed Ones just swarming over everything. The demons aren't seeming to make that much of a difference in this engagement. We do have something going on over here. We've got double Sentry Pylons been brought in by Blast Furnace. Heavy Thermoplasma Generator attempting to be constructed by the Necrons here. Also got some mischief as more Uber platform turrets are coming on over by Webway Assembly, also been stealthed in there as well. Tiger Shark is just trying his best just to not die. Gotta respect the man for it. Heavy weapons team side by side with the morsels, all armed with Tesla carbines. More zippy and zappy is that damage output. They're attempting to send the Necrons back into tier 2. 20 slashes on in there as the Plague Bearers and the Khorne Terminators attempt to pry them off the side of this ancient summoning core like limpets from the bow of a boat. But I mean, they're just, the ancient summoning core isn't dying very quickly, neither are the Flayed Ones, so that's interesting. Another slow grind of a battle, I reckon, is going to be there. Yeah, just goes to show then, you know, they've really done a good job in making sure that all the infantry is still very valuable in the late game. Because if this was old Ultimate Apocalypse, then, I mean, all the Played Ones and stuff would have been dead by now. You wouldn't be seeing this many pink and purple horrors. Maybe you've seen the Immortals, because the Immortals are always good, but no, I like it. I like it very much indeed. Carcerate's been chased around by the Demon Lord. Herald of Zinch is still knocking around. Got something being summoned in. That's just a mini nuke. With some description. Oh, that was a thing. It is Saint Celestine. Big lass herself. Super duper Archangel. And she has seen that Nightmare Altar, and that is public enemy number 1 for her. But then thinking about going for that Tombstalker instead, just to free up the firepower of the Redemptionists. He's just sticking around, snipping away with those fingertips. Played Ones are now dying. Taken care of more or less. And will Blast Furnace get a moment of peace? Hard to say, really. Plenty of Avenging Angels coming over. A million Demon Claw Obelisks being constructed. Boss Solo only needs to give it a little nudge, get it auto building, so may as well while you can. Things are getting destroyed. In all forms and all sides. And the Nightmare Gateway looks like it's been taken care of quite aptly. And what are you in here? Oh, why do you even bother asking? It's more flayed ones. Good Lord in heaven. Absolute pandemonium and chaos so far. We have what we've got going on over here. Some Demon Claw Obelisks protecting their holdings, while Grid Panther attempts to recapture stuff, but one squad of guardsmen will die more or less instantly to all that kind of firepower. Do have the Harlequins seeing if they can maneuver around. But won't be getting there anytime soon. Not of those turrets defending half and home. Plague Bearers seem to be having the worst time of it. And I'll be broken for a good chunk of this engagement. And some Death Touch Pariahs are now in the ranks. Tiger Sharp deep striking some Cassicans in there. And these boys haven't got your plasma guns. You've gone for 3 plasma guns. That should help break apart the flayed ones a little bit. I don't know anymore. I'll try and offer some suggestions as to what I would think the appropriate strategies would be for this at the moment, but the new infantry meta, apparently everything's up in the air. There's no rules, boys and girls. Everything you knew and loved has been destroyed and confused. It's all backwards now, Timothy. More Caskins, I assume, are coming in as the Defilers and the Tombstalkers attempt to gain a foothold on what's going on here. The Necromonolith about to go down unless they do something about it. But at this point, do we even try and stop the flayed ones or just politely ignore them? We now have Saint Emmeline also joining the ranks. One more Necromonolith left over. Do you have any more Necromonoliths left at the moment? Yes, you do have one built right on the edge. Probably would have been an idea to maybe not on the Imperial Guard side of things. Just because that's a bit of a hard sell. What's going on in the middle over here? We do have some death marks skirmishing around with the Seer Council. Take on this Demon Prince of Zinch. Stranger, or should I say not Stranger, attempting to build a second thermal plasma generator. But the Defiler being defiant and toe-to-toe with that Soul Walker. Seems to be doing alright against him, considering that he is on his own here. There we go, pummels him into non-existence. As that Demon Prince just swats people around left and right. No pressure at all. There's some Defilers coming in over here. And we've got some horses, Grid Panther. There we go, he's still getting involved. Doing what he can. That's the main thing. Fiend Slanesh trying to deroot this intrusive Gauss pylon side of the good King's base. Also got that Stormlord from Tiger Shark, hoping to add some big potential damage. Maybe turn the tide. And have the flayed ones gone home? You'd reckon so, wouldn't you? Although Blast Furnace has lost a significant amount of his base, but still does have a good amount of money left over. And I'm hearing a beeping. Is that a countdown? Am I going mad? Maybe. I don't know. I'd do the normal sit in the corner and have a look, but as you can tell, even if a nuke is going off, I wouldn't be able to tell because the map is too big. It's not too big, it's the right size, I would say, for a Ultimate Apocalypse game. And also, Grid Panther is working on a multitude of other different maps as well. I think he's doing 2 maps for each kind of matchup. So the 1v1s, 2v2s, 3v3s, etc, etc. And all that stuff. Don't know if he's doing a free-for-all map, although I imagine that's probably on the cards for him. So many Saints knocking around, but look at the size of these great brass scorpions. Cutting things to ribbons as and where he can. Stormlord just steaming on in. Opening fire on all these Death Strike pariahs. He's got plenty of support now from Tiger Shark. He's firmly back in the driver's seat. We are getting more explosive things. Oh, right, okay, yep, you are the Sisters Shrine to the Emperor. We've also got a Shrine to the Wailing Doom. There's shrines everywhere, man. Will they go for the nukes, or will they go for some other stupendous units instead? I think, what are you? You are... Oh, you are another... You're the same. Yep, since last team, she's back. Probably down at some point. Can't keep her down for long. Not when the Emperor's work needs to be done. I've seen quite a sizable force of boys and girls massing over onto this side. Doesn't seem like the Northern team, even though they've managed to uproot 2 of the opposing players, make much use of their map control. Seem to be fighting the Southern team on their terms, really. Although I suppose you can't really ignore them. I mean, who can ignore up to a quadrillion Blade Ones knocking on your front door? The Great Demon Prince attempting to shake off these Necrons from this point over here, but looks like he's been stunned by something. From the Fiends of Slanesh, charging on over. Shadow Seer throws blue nonsense around in their general vicinity. Huge explosion. Ooh, the Great Demon Prince. How much damage did that do? Not much, though. Not much at all. I mean, my goodness. Maybe they've made the infantry a little bit too strong. Because now the super units don't seem to really be breaking them apart like they might should, but I suppose given a choice between a update which lets more things be relevant and encourages interesting unit compositions, or just rushing late game and building relics, I prefer the interesting combinations personally. Red Brass Scorpion still knocking around, but on its last legs. St. Celestine isn't breaking down as quickly as you would imagine, but will definitely strike down and defile with no worries whatsoever. Here come the horrors from Atam. And oh, this is Chaos Demon nonsense. Not sure if that was that just the Brass Scorpion exploding. Assume that did something, probably a little bit of damage over time to anyone in that flag, or in that cloud even. Didn't last for long. Storm Lord Madudad. He's down. Necrons of not stranger. Now moving forward. St. Celestine on their left flank. The sheer amount of defensive structures from the Chaos Demons will take them a while to break through. Got a Ghost Pylon coming in just onto the ridge overlooking the Chaos Demons base. Down here the Eldar continue to expand in a unpredictable and unknowable kind of way. These poor conscripts. Been caught in the crossfire, really. And we do see that Grid Panther is now... Yep, he's claimed this side of the map. He should now be able to start contributing to the battlefield. In a similar manner to how Tiger Shark has been able to get there. And it's just battles galore. Do now see Chaos Terminators coming over, but Not Strange has gone for a bajillion million sterilization obelisks, which, if I'm not mistaken, hold on, let me just double check. Oh, don't load game, Mr. Landshark. That would be a terrible time to load a game. You do the multiple obelisks to further increase the relic resource, expand the production of Titan-like units, meanwhile strengthening the Great Pyramid. Okay, so you're just basically like a free relic. That is fair enough, but I imagine you don't come cheap. Potential for something greater, something more dangerous from the Necrons down over here. If they've got that many sterilization obelisks on the go for them, they've gone Terminator seems to have started a fire of some description. Yeah, they're just absolutely cruising their way through these amplification generators and the plasma generators. It's probably really annoying to have to deal with. Death Strike Pariahs that managed to finally strike them all down. They're powerful war scythes. The Incarcerate's coming back on over here. As the fight for life continues, Greater Demon Prince is... I mean, he's just back in face, isn't he? Doing a really good job, all things considered. Is he actually going up against Celestine? I mean, what is that? 104,000 health compared to 35,000. Yeah, so he's actually got quite a stonking amount of health in comparison to everyone else. Celestine explodes in a unholy, well, I would probably say quite a holy conglomeration. Conflagellation. What's that posh fancy word when things are on fire? That one. That's what I'm trying to say. It can sound right smart. Got Ghost Pylons though, being summoned across the battlefield from Not Strangers, so anyone that's coming over here to reinforce will be shot up quite considerably. Pardon me. Yeah, for the entire 52 minutes that this battle has now been going on for, there has been at least some sort of engagement going on. And it's been one of these consistent, almost like two shield walls butting against each other, gradually being pushed one way or the other. Got the Good King saying that Angron is incoming. Now, have they nerfed Angron, or is he still this game-ending, unstoppable mighty force? We have never seen Angron being killed on the channel before. Even Princey's been killed there. That's probably like the 5th time he's been killed now. So it'll probably come back. So I assume everyone's got relatively good money. For a second I thought that was like some sort of flanking force on the mini-map there. Yeah, really quickly before anything serious happens, let's have a look at the economies. You're doing amazingly well. You are doing quite fanciful. You are modest, and you're doing fantastic. You're doing okay. You're doing remarkably well. You're doing modest again, and you are doing, you know, considering that you've been in the corner the entire game, struggling, I'll take that. I would do more, actually, set of numbers and stuff. I know people like actual proper economy checks, but there's just too much going on. Can't spare a moment, a second. Warp King going to be absolutely shot up. I assume that this is the Sisters of Battle bringing in this orbital strike. Is it enough to kill a Warp Gate outright? That I don't think it is going to be honest. No, it's not. Only gets down to half health. In previous iterations of Ultimate Apocalypse, one of those blasts would be enough to take out any HQ, regardless of its upgraded status. There we go. Good stuff all around. Sisters just coming in on over. And I do apologise for the 5 frames per second that's going on here. The Imperial Victory has been researched by Tiger Shark. So potential for maybe just like a huge exterminatus blast later on in the game. Do now have what's going on over here. Our grid panther being sorted out by Tiger Shark. He's deep stricken a Baneblade behind enemy lines. See if he can make sure that grid is off the grid. If you pardon the pun. Pardon the pun indeed. Oh, Deathstruck Pariahs, they're coming over. They're doing things. Bloodletters are in the centre of the map. Or in the centre of this bit, or whatever you call it. Redemptionists cleaning up the remnants of Blast Furnaces, Necron stuff. We'll probably need some support to get those Redemptionists out of the way. That being said, the Southern team have now got another problem brewing on their flanks as a unchecked fleet of Guardsmen tanks are making their way on over. We'll need some infiltration detection if we want to really be able to make good shots off on all this stuff. Oh no! I like it. Topper is going to reposition all of his webway gates instead. I mean, and why not, eh? The Archangel, who is... what is that? 42,000? Still not as much as the Demon... well, the Great Demon Prince. Has Angron dropped yet?
Incoming enemy fire.
No, he has not. Not yet. But there's always potential for it. Not sure what building he comes out of, to be honest. The problem with the Chaos Demon base, that once that Chaos Warp thing comes online, it's just impossible. With my eyes, I know that I keep on saying this, but like with my eyes, I just can't see anything. It all just looks like a mass of colour. Oh, here comes a Necron Explosion. That is super weapon. I haven't seen one. Yeah, that's one way to sort out the Chaos Demons. Still got all their big structures online though, so that is definitely doing them some favours. Archangel about to be taken down. As the Great Demon is being kicked in the back of the head from both sides. Angel in the front, Angel in the back. I suppose there's worse ways to go. Maybe not for a Chaos Demon. Assault continues with Tiger Shark manoeuvring his Baneblade around. But I don't think he's not got that far on this aggression, considering the Ancient Wraith Guard from Topper, as was an Ancient Wraith Lord, is doing the rounds. Red Demon Prince attempting to chase after the Archangel. But the mobile Capital Imperialis, very slow vehicle. Oh, what was that? Oh, that's the Great Pyramid. Now that will just continuously fire up whatever it fancies across the map when it hits. And I'm not sure how the Chaos Demon player's done this. Not sure how. I suppose it's a combination of Atam and the Good King working together. Constantly spewing forth demons and Astartes alike. Archangel very low on health at the moment as they whip around super speed style. Triolith on the way from Stranger, which I assume is the new Necron Super Duper Titan. I wonder what it's going to look like. Quite excited to see it. Tiger Shark may have met his match here. As those Ancient Wraith Guard with their powerful long-range weapons seems to just throw a Wraithburn about the place. A couple of Lich Guard from Blast Furnace there, fighting the old enemy. Just zapping them. Some Eldritch green flame. There's still more Ancient Wraith Guard to be had on the backside. Lots of death everywhere. Oh, my Jesus! Jesus Christ, that's a big boy. That is a big boy indeed. Look at him go. And what even, like, yeah, you've got actually not that much more health than the actual demon prince or whatever. Good lord, just he's a chunky boy, isn't he? He's got pylons on either side. Got a big zappy in the middle. And he is just in the middle of things, causing issues for everyone. Not bad at all, if you ask me. So that's the Chaos Demons. They've had their base more or less crushed. It's absolute smithereens. All incoming fire comes in. I do apologise if you are epileptic. I would have probably done you in. And there's a beeping going on. I don't know if you can hear that. Sounds like someone's scanning in some items in your local Aldi. I wonder if that's just the Chaos Demons. Imperial Guard, do you have normal sounds? Nope, you've still got beeping. Maybe that is the heart monitor for team number 2. As the Imperial Guard finally begin to fall against the Eldar that has sieged them inside their base for all this time. It's a really good assault that they did to counteract Grid Panther's reclamation of the north eastern side of the map. Not enough. Not enough at all. And here comes... Oh, right, okay, that's a million mobile obelisks. So they'll put straight in there. Also a whole bunch of sentry pylons even. Good lord, there's overkill and then there's overkill. And that certainly is quite overkillish. And you are, for a monolith that size, actually really, really fast. GG, I think. Yeah, it might be GG. Who knows? Hold the line, Tiger Shark. You might still be able to win this. You might still be able to win this, indeed. Mighty Field Commands being broken down. And that is that. I'm going to say that with extreme confidence that Team 2, oh sorry, no, Team 1 even, has won the battle, so well done. Oh god, what is the teleportation range on these mobile obelisks? I suppose to clue the name, they are quite mobile. But, yeah. Good stuff. So yeah, so I think there's still some, like I said at the beginning of the video, there are still tweaks and changes that these guys are going to be making to this update for Ultimate Apocalypse. But I quite like it. I quite like it. We're still seeing things like Seer Councils. We're still seeing little infantry units, like maybe not the Redemptionists but the Legantes, and also just like, you know, maybe not like tier 1 infantry, or like the really, really early capping units, but still seeing quite a sizable amount of actual people on the battlefield as opposed to just this Titan and Titan smushing faces to each other for like about 50 minutes or so. So, yeah, well, let us know what you think in the comments below. Let us know and have your say on what these kinds of changes, what you think about them and all that stuff. But yeah, so cheers so much, guys, for sending in that game to the Discord. And if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you one extra game a week, and there is also a Discord where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. As been Mr. Landshark, pleasure as always, never short, and I will see you in a bit. Peace.